Your time is now, because if not now, then when? We are here in the moment, in the present moment. That is all that truly exists. For this world is literally in our imagination, as we can use our five senses: see, touch, hear, smell, taste. And all of those things directly come from inside of us. And that seems very hard to grasp. However, it is true. And the more that you go on this and start knowing who you truly are, which is a divine spark, a light, and you can choose whoever you want to be, meaning you can choose the dark, you can choose the light, you can choose anything you want, despite of circumstances that may be present in your current reality. And a lot of things are unconscious, and we do not even know what we are doing. And we do not even know that our minds are literally on autopilot. And so that is why it is so important to ask questions, ask the right questions. And that's why it's so important to have gratitude and to practice these things, because it is not just going to magically be, something that you're used to, that your brain just automatically goes to that. And there are other people that their brain automatically goes to that. So why not yours? So we have got to just literally slow down and start asking, what am I here to do? What am I here to learn? And how can I serve others? But first, serve myself in the correct way. Meaning, how can I put myself first? What does that even look like? Because there are other people in your world that you are used to serving and being there for. And there's nothing wrong with that. However, in order to change and be that person that you truly want to be, you have got to step back and take inventory, analyze, and realize that there are decisions that you are making that are on autopilot, that you can change, but only if you are aware and you know what these things are. I do not know what these things are for you. I am just now learning what these things are for me. I hope you guys had a good day today. We went skating. It was so much fun. Rollerblading, that's what I like to do. And the kids, they like skates, so it was fun. But I, made this commitment that every Tuesday I'm going to make a video for 10 minutes. And it is just to kind of prove to myself that I can stick with something that I'm not quite sure about as far as if I want to do it, permanently or whatnot. And I really consume a lot of content, right? And so I thought, okay, it's good to give back. And even if I'm ready or not, right? Like, we'll never be ready. That's the thing. And I think primarily, yes, the time is now, whatever it is. If you don't know what do you want to do, and you feel stuck, I've been there. I think everyone's been there. When they know that they want something different, but they don't exactly know what that is. Really the best thing you can do is just, analyze your choices that you're making every day and make little small ones, right? That that would be beneficial for you, okay? Whatever that may be, right? It may be you wake up and you look straight at your phone and you start going through all your apps instead of checking in with yourself, right? Waking up and just taking it slow and seeing what comes to mind, right? Like seeing what comes to your head, seeing what comes to mind, instead of hopping right on your phone. Because I think you're supposed to gradually do that anyways. You're not supposed to just consume, social media first thing. Then you do that right before you go to sleep and then all day and then, okay. So it's like, how do we get in creator mode when all we've been taught is basically consumer mode? Because believe it or not, if you don't know that you are in consumer mode, most likely, a lot of the, at least United States population, is in consumer mode. And, obviously the people that are creating and know how to do that, which by the way, we're all creating every day. However, a lot of us are unconsciously creating and we don't really know what we're doing. We're just, we're just doing whatever we want, whatever comes to mind. And we've already talked about, our mind lies keeps, it just keeps you the same, basically, if that makes sense. It just keeps you the same, tries to keep you safe. So, the changes you want to make, they shouldn't even have to be that hard. Like it should just be small things, that, and then it leads to more small things, and then it just kind of gets to be a snowball, it gets to be easier, right? But yeah, our mind, brain, it just wants to keep everything the same. And so we, if you want to do that, do that. I don't want to do that. I think I'm here for, a big reason. It could be a small reason. It could be no reason. Like, honestly, I'm perfectly fine with really any of that. I think the main thing is just clarity as much as possible, which you're not exactly going to get that, which I understand. So we can't just, think ourselves into craziness. Okay, that's like, yeah, what's the term? Insanity, right? Doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. Isn't that what we all do? But on autopilot, right? And then we look at other cultures, other different things. We're like, oh, wow, that's so much different. Is it? So you see the power of however you were brought up, whatever has become custom and normal to you is second nature, right? And so you have to question those things. You have to question some of those things that have led you to the life that you are living currently. And there's probably a lot of things that are just fine with your life. So so we have to look at the positive, yes. But if there are things that you would rather be different, then we need to start focusing more on what is already good, already positive, and then, ask ourselves, okay, how do we make this change? And, there will be a little voice that tells you what to do eventually when you're ready to hear it, because that was my thing. I was not ready to hear it. I was not ready to process. And so I just stayed stuck, or I felt stuck. So yeah, I'm just trying to look at things differently and zoom out. Okay, I think a lot of people are zoomed in, and I am still trying to zoom out more and more, and that's the wonderful thing. If you want to see more, which would be zoomed out, then you can do that. However, you have got to open your mind, and you have got to just realize that everything you think is not. So, yes, the time is now.